Hi everyone, welcome to this video. I'm going to cover how to add a relative location. There's been some requests for me to do so, away I go. Now when you sign into buildAR, you'll be taken to this list view, but for relative location we'll go to this area here. Now I've already reassigned my grid dimension, and if you'd like to do that too, you can just set what sort of size you want this complete grid to be. For this exercise I've just set it to 50 by 50, and of course here you can set how big you want each grid block to be. So here I've just got it as 10 meters. Now to add a point of interest, it's easy, you just double click around the user. Now keep in mind that this user is facing north, okay, so hence south is here, east and west. So they'll always be relative to the user with that compass location assigned. So if I just double click in front of the user, that will add a point of interest to the north. And I'll just go into, just flick back to the menu, and now I'll hit on projection, and I'll change the projection image just by clicking once, replace image, and now I'll just browse my computer for an image that I want to use. So we're going to Tells, Images, maybe icons. Okay, so I'll use that one. And just wait for that to upload. Okay, and I'll skip the cropping. I'm quite happy with that. And close it down. Now, there's no need for me to add an action for this video. I'm sure you're all familiar now with adding actions. It's the same process for all the points of interest. So I'll leave that one, and I'll create another one just to the west of the user, almost west. And I'll click out of there, and I'll go back, and I'll add a different image this time. Okay, let's see what I've got to use. I might just use this info cloud. Open that. And I'll skip the cropping as well. Okay, so now I have two relative location points of interest. So there's one here to the north and one here almost to the west. So now I'll go to my phone and preview how that looks. Okay, so now I'm going to preview my relative location on my phone just to make sure the settings are okay. So I'll go into location mode, and I can see here there's two locations picked up in that little radar dish in the top left, and I can see if I point my phone true north, I can see that first point of interest, and then if I turn around to the west, I can see that other one as well. So that's been successful. If I needed to change the distance of those points of interest, I'll now show you how to do that on the buildAR web browser. Okay, so I'm now going to go over the process of adjusting those points of interest. I've shown you how to put them relative to the user, and I've also demonstrated testing that through the phone. Now if you wanted to make some tweaks, this is how you do it. Okay, so the first one, this one at the north, we'll start with, and I'll go to projection, and we'll go to layout, Okay, so this is the layout view from the perspective of the point of interest to the projection. So if I wanted to, let's say, turn that upside down, I would bring up the rotate and can just flip that over. Oops. Turn off always face user. Keep that at 90. There we go. So I'll keep that at 180. Okay, so I've just inverted it. Now I might just tilt that ever so slightly so I get that 3D mesh appearing, and I can just turn that to an angle like so. Okay, so and I can also obviously change its position. I can do it to the left or to the right of the point of interest. I might just keep that at 0. I can also take it back from the point of interest or towards the point of interest. Just leave it at 0 and raise it above or below the point of interest. So again, I'll just go to 0. I can also change the scale. So if I found that that image was too big, I could reduce it down to, I'll reduce it by half, make it 50%. Okay, so I'll save that, and now I'll preview what that looks like on the phone. Okay, so in this next recording, I'm going to preview the adjustments I've made to the projection on the iPhone. So to begin with, I'll just refresh, because whenever you make any changes you do need to refresh, and there I can see my projection. It's been turned upside down, it's been reduced to 50%, and it's also been slightly tilted. Where did you go? Let's refresh that. Okay, there it is. And just in comparison to the Western point of interest projection, it's still the same because I didn't make any changes to that. So I hope that's explained relative location to you and the procedures you need to follow to make any adjustments. And of course, leading on from this, you would then add an action to your projection, which I haven't demonstrated, but it's the same for all those other projections for different points of interest. Okay, thanks for your time. Goodbye.